Global BGV, Complete Component Checklist. Let us now proceed and move away from our country and fly global. So let's see how that compares to the ones that we had just discussed. So, Global BGV checklist includes standard verification used by MNCs across all global countries in the world. It covers identity, work authorization, employment, education, and criminal background checks at an international level. Financial compliance and database checks ensure legal and regulatory adherence. Advanced checks like global watch list, digital screening, and behavior analysis improves accuracy. Each component is selected based on the role risk and the position applied for, and as well as country laws, because different countries have different process in order to verify. This structured approach helps companies maintain global compliance, reduces risk, and ensures safe and trusted hiring process. Now, let us look at all the checks in a nutshell. To summarize, A. Identity and legal checks includes SSN, national ID verification, passport verification, work authorization check, and visa status verification. Number B, employment and education. Global employment verification, internal education verification, and employment gap analysis, which is probably the most important part because employers want to know what happened in the gap. C, criminal and legal checks, by far the most important part if you're applying for a job abroad. Multi-country criminal record check, sex offender registry, which is in the United States of America, global watch list, sanctions check, and terrorist database screening. After that, let's move on to financial and credit checks. Credit history check, bankruptcy check, which is so important because they want to know whether you can travel to their country and sustain yourself or your family in the tenure that you would be working in the company, whether you have sufficient funds in your bank to help yourself run the show properly. And financial fraud detection. Number E, professional and compliance, professional license verification, and compliance check, FCRA and GDPR. Behavioral and digital, which is very important as well. Social media screening, online reputation check, and behavior analysis. Health and drug checks. Very, very important depending on which country you're going. For example, US, Australia, New Zealand, UK, France, Denmark, and most of the European countries require a proper drug check. Drug testing and medical fitness verification. Whether you are medically fit to travel and work in their organization. And finally, advanced global checks, global employment database search, cross-border verification, and your immigration history check. Moving on to the final decision components, what are they? Risk score calculation, as I mentioned in all the other chapters, which is a very important component of risk score. Compliance report, and final hiring decision and recommendation. Now, let us look at the BGV pricing strategy which is followed across the world, global arena. Basic checks in global BGV are low cost as compared to our own country. They are fast and mostly automated. ID checks confirms basic personal details using secure databases, so cost is very minimal and low. SSN or national ID verification involves official government or licensed data sources, which adds a little bit of a more cost, but not too much, mind you, a little bit more cost. These checks are completed with quick, high accuracy, so pricing remains moderately lower. They are used as the first level of verification to confirm the identity before moving to deeper and more advanced checks. Now, if you look at and focus at this table highlights the minimum and maximum price range of the components of the checks performed in the global BGV pricing strategy. So what are they? ID check, $2 to $5 only. And SSN national ID, $3 to $10 at the most. Now, standard checks, global pricing, one more time. Standard checks in global BGV cost a little bit more because they require manual verification and coordination. Address verification may involve database checks or checks from different resources, increasing effort and time as well. Education verification requires contacting the universities and institutions and schools directly to get the proper, genuine record and the data. Employment verification involves speaking with the previous employers and doing cross-reference checks. These checks provide deeper and in-depth accuracy and transparency and is very important for the final hiring decisions. Similarly, I want you to focus your attention in this table, which would require the component address verification. The minimum range in dollar would be $10 to $30. Education verification, $20 to $80, because like I said, it requires a lot of time, lot of effort, lot of contacting with the universities. And employment verification is a little higher, which is $30 to $100. Okay, now moving on to one of the most important checks in the global BGV pricing thing, which is criminal checks, global pricing explanation. Criminal checks are very important for safety and risk control, so pricing is logically higher. Criminal record checks involve searching court records across different regions and countries, which takes time and access to reliable databases. Global database checks scan watchlist, sanctions, and risk databases quickly, so the cost is lower compared to full criminal checks. These checks are critical for very high-risk roles and sensitive roles in the company. Looking at the pricing strategy in dollars, criminal record check in the range of $20 to $100, and global database check in the range of $10 to $40 only. Moving on to financial checks. This focuses on your credit history and financial stability, so pricing, of course, is moderate to high, but not so low. Credit checks use official financial databases to assess repayment behavior and risk. Bankruptcy checks require deeper legal record searches, which increases effort and the cost that is involved. These checks are very important for roles involving finance and money handling or financial responsibility. Pricing depends on data access, country-to-country regulations, and level of detail required, ensuring secure hiring process in the end. Now, if you look at the component and the pricing details, it's very clear that the credit check, the minimum price range is $20 and the maximum is $60, and bankruptcy check revolves around in the range of $30 to $100. As of now, You got to know about the basic standard information about the background verification process. If you would like to know more and advanced information, then there are 3 ways to learn that advanced information. Number 1, you can either buy the book, which is the self-learning. Number 2, you can either buy the book plus the recorded video course, or there is another option, which is the book, recorded course, and live industry expert solutions, case study based approach. Any of these 3 methods, enroll today or click on the link given below.